Jerusalem is one of the oldest cities in the world. People from all over the world know this city. It is special to three major religions. Muslims, Christians, and Jews all love this city. They pray here and feel close to God. That is why it is very important to many people, but this city has also seen many conflicts. People have fought over land, religion, and power. Many lives were lost because of this. Many families have suffered for years. Still, peace is a big dream for this city. Today, some people are working for peace. They want to stop the fighting. They want everyone to live together in harmony. This is not easy, but it is possible. When people understand each other, peace can grow. Jerusalem can be a model of peace for the world. If peace comes here, it can spread to other places too. We can learn from the people who are trying to make this happen. Their work gives us hope. In this video series, we will explore this journey. We will see how Jerusalem can help build peace. Let's start this journey together. Let's see how a city of faith can become a city of peace. Jerusalem is a city that touches the hearts of millions around the world. It is not just a place on the map, it is a symbol of faith, history, and emotion. People from different countries and cultures feel a deep connection to this city. They may never visit it, but they still care about it. Jerusalem matters to them because it stands for something bigger. For thousands of years, Jerusalem has been a center of religion and spirituality. It is holy to three major religions of the world. Muslims, Christians, and Jews all find meaning in this city. They believe that important events of their faith happened here. This makes Jerusalem more than just a city. It becomes a place of prayer, memory, and hope. Every year, people from around the world come to Jerusalem. They come to visit sacred places. Muslims visit Al-Aqsa Mosque. Christians go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Jews pray at the Western Wall. They walk through the old streets. They feel close to their faith. For many, this is a dream come true. But Jerusalem is not only about religion, it also has deep historical and cultural value. Some of the oldest buildings and streets are found here. Kings, prophets, and leaders walked on this land. The stones of the city carry the stories of the past. Each wall and gate speaks of history. This history is not just local. It is a part of the world's shared memory. Jerusalem is also important in today's world because of politics. It is often in the news. There are conflicts over who controls the city. People argue about borders, rights, and freedom. Some want the city to belong fully to one side. Others say it should be shared. This disagreement affects peace in the whole region. When there is tension in Jerusalem, the whole world feels it. Peace in Jerusalem is not only for the people living there, it is for everyone. When there is peace in this city, it brings hope to others. It shows that different groups can live together. It proves that even in a city with a long history of conflict, peace is possible. That is why leaders from around the world talk about Jerusalem. That is why news channels report on every small change in the city. Jerusalem has become a symbol of peace, dreams, and struggles. People who work for peace believe Jerusalem can be a light. They think the city can lead the way to better understanding. In Jerusalem, people from different religions live close to each other. Sometimes they argue, but sometimes they help each other too. There are schools where Muslim and Jewish children study together. There are hospitals where doctors treat people of all backgrounds. These are small steps, but they are powerful. They show the world what is possible. Even in difficult times, there are voices calling for peace. They are teachers, artists, writers, and community leaders. They speak with love and hope. They do not want more war or fear. They want their children to grow up in safety. Their work often goes unnoticed, but it is very important. They are building bridges in a divided place. In many ways, Jerusalem reflects the world's biggest questions. Can people of different beliefs live side by side? Can old enemies become friends? Can peace win over hate? These questions matter to all of us. The answers may start in this city. This video series will look at these questions closely. It will show the beauty and the pain of Jerusalem. It will tell the stories of people trying to bring change. You will see why this city is so important. Not only to those who live there, but to the whole world. We will look at the past, the present, and the future. We will explore religion, culture, and politics. We will listen to voices that are often ignored. You will learn how the story of one city can teach us about the world. Jerusalem is more than stone and land. It is a living place. It breathes with hope and sorrow. It cries and it smiles. It teaches us about love and loss. and it reminds us that peace is always worth fighting for. As we start this journey together, keep an open mind, feel the heartbeat of the city, listen to the people, and believe that change is possible. Because when peace begins in Jerusalem, it can echo across the earth, and that is why this city matters to us all. Jerusalem is not just a city with buildings and streets. It is a city full of emotions and faith. It is a place where people pray, cry, and hope. Three major religions in the world call this city holy. These religions are Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. For Muslims, Christians, and Jews, Jerusalem is more than land. It is a place where they feel close to God. Each group has its own stories, memories, and dreams connected to this city. For Muslims, Jerusalem is the home of Al-Aqsa Mosque. It is the third holiest place in Islam. Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad traveled to this mosque during his night journey. They believe he led other prophets in prayer here. This story is very important in Islamic faith. Every day, millions of Muslims around the world turn their faces towards Mecca, but their hearts also remember Al-Aqsa. When they visit Jerusalem, they come to pray at this mosque. They feel deep peace and connection with their religion. For Christians, Jerusalem is the place where many important events of the life of Jesus took place. They believe that Jesus walked the streets of this city. He taught people, prayed, and finally gave his life here. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of the most sacred places for Christians. They believe this is where Jesus was crucified, buried, and then rose again. Every year, many Christians come from different countries to visit this holy church. They walk the same path Jesus walked. They light candles, pray, and remember his love and sacrifice. For Jews, Jerusalem is the most sacred city on earth. They believe it was chosen by God. It was once the home of their ancient temple. Today they come to pray at the Western Wall. This wall is all that remains of their holy temple. Jews from around the world visit the wall. They place small papers with prayers between the stones. They cry, they sing, they remember their history and hopes. Even though they have different beliefs, all three religions find peace and meaning in Jerusalem. They may not always agree, but they share love for the same place. They all see the city as a gift and a connection to something bigger than themselves. This is what makes Jerusalem so special and also so sensitive. Sometimes this closeness brings people together. There are moments when Muslims, Christians, and Jews help each other. They may offer water to someone fasting. They may show the way to a holy site. They may greet each other with a smile of respect. In these small moments, the spirit of peace lives in Jerusalem. People of faith understand that love and kindness are more powerful than hate. But sometimes this closeness also brings tension. The same streets that are walked by pilgrims can become places of conflict. There have been times when people fought to control a site. They felt their faith was under threat. This fear turned into anger and violence. These events hurt not only the people of Jerusalem but also those watching from around the world. When there is a clash at a holy site, the news spreads fast. People in other countries become upset. They protest, they pray, they worry. Jerusalem's pain becomes global pain. That is why it is important to protect the peace in this city. Peace in Jerusalem means more than just no fighting. It means respect between different faiths. It means giving space for others to pray and believe. It means speaking kindly, even when we do not agree. Some people are working to build this kind of peace. They are leaders of mosques, churches, and synagogues. They meet, talk, and share ideas. They try to understand each other's beliefs. They tell their followers to show respect and not hate. They teach that every religion wants peace. Their voices are soft but strong. They are like light in the dark. There are also peace walks and interfaith programs in Jerusalem. In these programs, young people from different religions meet and talk. They visit each other's holy places. They eat together, play together, and become friends. They learn that it is possible to respect other faiths without losing your own. They become messengers of peace in their own homes and schools. When we see a Muslim and a Jew sharing a coffee, or a Christian and a Muslim working in the same hospital, we understand that peace is possible. It is not a dream. It is already happening in small ways. These are the real faces of Jerusalem. Not only the photos of conflict, but the stories of hope. Of course, there are still problems. There is still fear and pain. Some people have lost their homes. Some people feel they are not safe. They carry the weight of many years of fighting and suffering. But even with this pain, many still hope for peace. They still pray for a better future. They believe that the city can be shared, not divided. This belief is very powerful. It shows that faith does not always divide. Sometimes it brings people closer. Sometimes it teaches patience, forgiveness, and love. In Jerusalem, we see the best and the worst of humanity. But we also see what is possible when people choose peace over anger. So the story of Jerusalem is not only about the past, it is also about today and tomorrow. It is about people of different faiths living side by side. It is about children learning that difference is not danger. It is about showing the world that peace is not just a word. It is a way of life that starts with small acts of kindness and respect. As we listen to the voices from Jerusalem, let us remember that peace is a shared responsibility. It belongs to all of us. No matter where we live, no matter what we believe, if we all dream of peace, Jerusalem can be the city where that dream begins to come true. Jerusalem is a city where hope and fear live side by side. On one side, you hear prayers from mosques, churches, and synagogues. On the other side, you see soldiers and checkpoints. This city is full of life and faith, but also full of tension. Every street tells a story of belief, but also of pain. People here wake up with hope but go to bed with worry. They love their city deeply but live with fear each day. In some parts of the city, children walk to school passing armed guards. Mothers hold their hands tightly. Fathers pray that nothing bad happens that day. Fear is part of daily life for many families. Not because they have done something wrong, but because of where they live, who they are, and what they believe. Even a simple mistake or misunderstanding can turn into a big problem. This fear is not new. It has been growing for many years. In Jerusalem, fear wears many faces. Some people fear losing their homes. They have lived in the same place for generations, but now they are told they do not have the right to stay. Some families get court orders saying they must leave. Others see their houses demolished. This creates deep pain and anger. It breaks trust and makes peace feel far away. Some people fear walking through certain neighborhoods. They feel they are not welcome there. Sometimes one group feels unsafe in another group's area. They worry about being attacked or insulted. This fear makes the city feel divided. Even though the land is small, the walls between hearts are big. There are also fears about holy places. Some Muslims worry they may lose access to Al-Aqsa Mosque. Some Jews worry they are not allowed to visit certain sites freely. Some Christians feel their rights are not protected. When a holy site is touched or changed, it can lead to protests and violence. This fear does not stay in Jerusalem. It spreads to other countries through news and social media. What happens in a small corner of the city can cause big waves in the world. The fear also affects how children grow up. Many young people in Jerusalem grow up with mistrust. They are told not to speak to people from the other group. They learn fear before they learn friendship. They do not get the chance to understand others. This makes it harder to build peace in the future. When people fear each other, they cannot build trust. Without trust, there can be no peace. Even daily life is shaped by fear. Some people avoid buses or public places after a violent event. Others do not go to markets or parks they once loved. They feel trapped in their own homes. This is not the life they want. They want to live freely like people in other cities. But fear steals their freedom. It makes every small decision feel heavy. The fear also touches the hearts of religious leaders. Imams, priests, and rabbis speak of peace, but they also worry about the safety of their communities. They want to open their doors to others, but sometimes they are forced to close them. They want to teach love, but fear pushes people to listen to anger. In this city, fear also spreads through silence. Some people see wrong things but do not speak. They fear being punished or misunderstood. Others want to help but do not know how. This silence keeps the problems hidden. It allows fear to grow like a shadow. But even in this heavy air of fear, some people are trying to change the story. There are families who choose to stay in mixed neighborhoods. They say hello to their neighbors even if they come from another faith. There are young people who join peace camps. They play games, learn about each other, and share meals. They listen instead of judging. They see each other as humans, not enemies. There are also brave teachers who bring students together. They teach both histories, not just one side. They allow students to ask hard questions. They teach respect, not revenge. These small acts of courage are seeds of hope. They show that fear does not always win. Artists, too, are using their work to break fear. They paint murals showing unity. They write poems and songs about love and peace. They invite people from all sides to join them. Their voices are soft, but they reach deep. They remind the city of its soul. Health workers in Jerusalem often treat everyone equally. In hospitals, Muslim doctors care for Jewish patients. Christian nurses help Muslim mothers. In moments of pain, people forget their fear. They see kindness instead. These are the moments when humanity shines. Even some police officers and soldiers try to act with fairness. They try not to abuse their power. They try to calm situations instead of making them worse. They face pressure but still choose to act with care. Their work is not easy, but it matters. It builds a little more trust each day. In the heart of fear, there is always a chance for peace. But peace needs courage. It needs people to step outside their comfort zone. It needs people to listen before they speak, to learn before they judge, to forgive even when it hurts. Jerusalem has the power to change the story. It can move from fear to faith, from hate to hope. But this will take time and effort. It will take honest talks and hard truths. It will take leaders who speak wisely and people who choose kindness every day. As the sun rises over Jerusalem each morning, it shines on churches, mosques, and synagogues. It touches the faces of all people living there, and it reminds us that light still comes even after the darkest nights. Fear may be strong, but hope is stronger when people stand together. Jerusalem is not just a place of fear. It is also a place of dreams. Dreams of peace. Dreams of living without fear. These dreams are still alive, and they are worth holding on to. Peace is not just a dream for Jerusalem. It is a real need for the people who live there. It is not only about stopping violence. It is about living without fear. It is about respecting others who think and believe differently. It is about walking freely in the streets without looking over your shoulder. It is about sending your children to school without worry. Peace in Jerusalem is not a luxury. It is a right that everyone deserves. In the heart of the old city streets, many people still believe in peace. They know it is not easy, but they have seen how beautiful life can be when peace is present. They remember days when Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side. They remember the shared stories, the laughter, and the festivals. They know that peace is possible because they have felt it before. Peace means more than no war. It means fairness. It means justice. It means giving people what they deserve. It means listening to others and accepting their pain. When one group suffers, the whole city suffers. When one voice is silenced, the city becomes quiet in the wrong way. Peace gives everyone the power to speak, to live, to dream. In Jerusalem, peace also means access. Access to holy places. Access to education and hospitals. Access to clean water and safe homes. Many people face barriers every day. A mother cannot reach the clinic because of a checkpoint. A student cannot attend school because the road is blocked. A father cannot pray in his mosque because he has no permit. These are not just problems. These are walls that block peace. Peace means removing these walls. Not only the physical walls, but also the walls in the heart. The fear, anger, and misunderstanding are walls too. They are harder to see but more difficult to remove. They grow when people stop talking. They grow when people believe lies instead of truth. They grow when people forget their shared humanity. In Jerusalem, some people are working every day to break these walls. They are not famous. They do not appear on the news, but they do important work. A teacher tells her students to respect other religions. A shopkeeper welcomes all customers with the same smile. A mother teaches her children that peace starts at home. These are small steps, but they lead to big change. There are peace workers who bring people from different backgrounds together. They organize events where Muslims, Christians, and Jews can sit and talk. They visit each other's homes. They share meals and stories. They ask questions and listen to the answers. They do not try to change each other. They try to understand. This kind of peace work is slow, but it is deep and lasting. Faith leaders also play a big role in peace building. Imams, rabbis, and priests often meet in private. They speak about their hopes and fears. They try to send messages of peace from their places of worship. They remind their followers that every religion teaches love. They remind them that God wants peace, not hate. Their words carry weight. When they speak of peace, people listen. There are also groups of young people who are tired of hate. They want to build a better future. They take part in programs that teach peace. They visit refugee camps and poor areas. They volunteer to help others. They see people as people, not enemies. They use social media to share messages of hope. They are brave, because choosing peace in a divided city is not easy. Artists are painting walls with pictures of unity. They show hands of different colors holding each other. They draw hearts with the names of all three religions. They use art to say what words cannot. Their colors bring life to gray streets. Their work makes people stop and think. Musicians are writing songs about Jerusalem. They sing in Arabic, Hebrew, and English. They mix traditions and styles. Their music brings people together. At concerts, people clap, dance, and cry. They feel connected even if they speak different languages. Music breaks the silence of fear. Even business owners can help peace grow. Some hire workers from different backgrounds. They do not ask what religion they follow. They look at skill and kindness. When people work side by side, they learn from each other. They laugh together. They solve problems together. Work becomes a space for peace. Doctors and nurses in hospitals show that healing knows no border. They treat everyone the same. They do not ask where the patient comes from. They only ask what is needed. This is real peace in action. In moments of pain, people forget hate. They see only care and humanity. Some families have lost loved ones to violence. They carry deep pain, but even among them, some have chosen the path of peace. They speak about their loss. They ask others not to take revenge. They tell their story so that others do not suffer like them. Their courage is strong. Their voices are heavy but full of wisdom. Peace also means telling the truth. It means not hiding pain or history. It means facing hard facts. It means saying sorry when wrong is done. And it means forgiving when you are ready. Truth is part of healing. Without truth, there is no trust. And without trust, there is no peace. Peace is not a gift from others. It is a choice made by each person every day. It is made in how we speak, how we act, how we treat others. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. In Jerusalem, every prayer, every kind act, every open heart builds peace. The city has seen too much pain, but it still shines with faith. It still sings with hope. It still calls for peace. Let us not turn away from this call. Let us answer with action, with kindness, with courage, with love. Because peace in Jerusalem is not just for one group. It is for everyone. It is the only path to a future where this holy city can truly shine. Not as a city of conflict, but as a city of peace for all people of faith and heart. Jerusalem is not just a city of ancient stones. It is a city of living people, people who dream, love, laugh, and cry. People from different religions and cultures. Muslims, Jews, and Christians live here side by side. Their lives are connected even if they do not always meet. They walk the same streets. They breathe the same air. They want the same thing: a peaceful life with dignity and respect. But these people often live behind invisible walls. They do not know each other well. They do not talk to each other enough. They hear stories about the other side, stories full of fear and blame. Many of these stories are not true, but they spread fast and grow strong. They create hate where there could be understanding. Building bridges between people is not easy, but it is possible, and it is happening. Even if it is slow, even if it is quiet. There are people in Jerusalem who are trying to build peace through relationships, through trust and respect. They know that peace is not made only in big meetings. It is also made in small moments, moments of connection between hearts. Some schools are trying new ways to bring students together. They mix children from different backgrounds. They learn the same lessons. They play together. They ask questions. Why do you wear that? Why do you believe that? Why do we fight? These questions open doors. They bring understanding. They show that children are not born with hate. They are taught it, and they can unlearn it too. Teachers play a big role in this process. Some teach about all the religions. They explain the beauty in each faith. They teach history in a fair way. They help children see more than just their side. These teachers are planting seeds, seeds of tolerance and friendship. They do not expect fast results. They work with patience because they believe in change. There are also youth groups working for peace. They organize camps for young people. They bring them from different parts of the city. They do sports, art, music, and dialogue. They share meals and sleep in the same tents. They learn that the other side is not an enemy. It is just another human, with fears, dreams, and hopes. These camps are full of laughter and learning, and sometimes even tears, because peace starts when you see the pain of another. Artists are using their talent to connect people. They paint murals on old walls. They write poems about unity. They sing songs in different languages. Their art crosses borders that politics cannot. Their work speaks to the heart. It invites people to imagine a better city. A city where people live together, not just next to each other. There are also community centers that offer space for dialogue. They host meetings where people from different faiths come together. They drink tea and share stories. At first it is hard. There is silence and tension. But then someone smiles. Someone shares a personal story, a memory of a kind neighbor, a loss during conflict, and slowly the room softens. People begin to see each other as real, not just as part of a group, but as individuals. In some neighborhoods, people are starting small projects. They clean parks together. They fix broken roads. They help each other in times of need. During Ramadan, some Jewish families send food to Muslim neighbors. During Jewish holidays, some Muslim children visit to greet their friends. Christian families open their homes to both. These actions are not big headlines, but they are big in meaning. They build peace step by step. Social media is also being used in positive ways. Some young people make videos about life in Jerusalem. They show the beauty of different cultures. They talk about their friends from other communities. They share stories of kindness and courage. These posts reach thousands of people. They challenge hate with love. They replace fear with truth. Religious leaders have a special role. Some imams, rabbis, and priests meet in peace circles. They pray together. They talk about their holy books. They remind people that all faiths teach love. They speak out when violence happens. They call for calm and respect. Their unity sends a strong message. If our leaders can talk, why can't we? Even during hard times, these peace builders keep going. They face criticism. They are called weak or naive. But they continue because they believe in something bigger. They believe in a city where their children can live without fear. They believe in the power of human connection. Building relationships is not about agreeing on everything. It is about listening. It is about understanding. It is about respecting each other's stories, even when they are different, even when they are painful. Real peace does not come from winning. It comes from care. Jerusalem needs more of this. More listening, more friendship, more shared moments. It needs spaces where people feel safe to be themselves, where no one has to hide their identity, where everyone is valued. Peace built on relationships is stronger, because it is based on truth and trust. It grows slowly but deeply. It touches the heart. It changes how people think and feel. It breaks the chain of fear and hate. One day, a boy who played football with a boy from another religion will become a father who teaches his son to respect all people. One day, a girl who sang in a mixed choir will become a teacher who builds bridges in her classroom. This is how peace moves forward, person to person, story to story, heart to heart. Jerusalem's future depends on these connections. They are not just dreams, they are real. They are happening now, in small ways, in quiet corners. Let us support them. Let us learn from them. Let us build more bridges and fewer walls. Because peace is not just possible. It is already growing in the hearts of brave people in Jerusalem. In the holy city of Jerusalem, religion is everywhere. It lives in the stones of the old buildings. It speaks through the calls to prayer, the ringing of church bells, and the songs in the synagogues. It flows in the rivers of history. For Muslims, Jews, and Christians, this city holds deep meaning. It is a place of faith and a place of memory. But it is also a place of pain, because sometimes religion is used to divide instead of unite. True religion teaches peace. It speaks of mercy, compassion, and justice. No holy book teaches hate. No prophet calls for revenge. But when religion is mixed with politics and fear, it can be used to harm. That is not real faith. That is not the message of God. In Jerusalem, some people are working hard to return religion to its true path. They are religious leaders and simple believers. They come from mosques, churches, and synagogues. They pray in different ways, but they share a dream, a city where religion brings people together, not pushes them apart. These leaders meet in quiet places. They speak honestly about their fears. They admit the mistakes of the past. They do not pretend everything is perfect, but they look for common ground. They speak about the love in their holy books. They find peace in the stories of their prophets. They share prayers for the city and its people. In one meeting, a rabbi and an imam read verses from their scriptures. Both spoke about the value of life. Both said that killing one person is like killing all humanity. The room was silent but full of understanding. These words cut through the noise of hate. They reminded everyone that the core of religion is the same. In another gathering, a priest talked about forgiveness. He told a story of a mother who lost her son in violence. She chose not to hate. She prayed for the one who caused her pain. This story touched many hearts. People cried not because of sadness, but because of hope. Some religious leaders take these messages to their followers. They preach peace in their sermons. They talk about respect for other faiths. They teach that every human is made by God. They tell their people to greet others with kindness, to open their doors, to open their hearts. In schools, teachers use religion to teach values. They show children how different faiths have similar morals. They talk about kindness to strangers. They talk about helping the poor. They teach that real faith is shown in actions, not just in words or clothes. Children draw pictures of the Dome of the Rock, beside the Western Wall, beside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. They write words like love, hope, and together. They do not see the differences. They see the beauty of faith. This is the power of young hearts. Music is also being used to unite. People sing religious songs in mixed groups. They use different languages, but their message is one: peace and praise. In concerts held in churches, mosques, or open gardens, voices rise together. They shake the walls that once kept people apart. They build a new sound, the sound of unity. Art plays its part too. Artists paint holy places from all three religions on the same canvas. They use colors of peace. They draw hands reaching across the walls. They show tears becoming rivers that water the flowers of hope. Their work hangs in galleries and cafes. People stop to look. They stop to feel. They start to think. There are also walks for peace in Jerusalem. People walk together from one holy site to another. They carry signs of love. They light candles. They stop to pray in silence. Muslims, Jews, and Christians side by side. Their steps are gentle but powerful. Each step is a message. We are different, but we walk the same path. In hospitals, faith plays a healing role. Doctors and nurses from different religions work as one team. They pray silently before surgeries. They hold hands with families. They do not ask what faith the patient follows. They only ask what help they need. This is religion in action, pure and strong. At weddings and funerals, too, religion connects people. A Jewish neighbor sends flowers to a Muslim wedding. A Christian friend brings food to a mourning family. These acts may seem small, but they carry deep meaning. They say, we see your joy, we feel your pain. Your religion is not strange. It is a part of our shared city. Even in prisons and refugee camps, some spiritual leaders visit the people. They offer prayers and kind words. They remind the prisoners that they are not forgotten. They remind the refugees that God is still with them. This spiritual care brings peace to troubled hearts. It shows that faith can survive even in dark places. True religion calls for honesty. It asks people to face the truth, to admit when wrong is done, to forgive when it is time, to stand up for justice even when it is hard. This kind of religion is not soft. It is brave. It speaks when others stay silent. It loves when others choose hate. Jerusalem needs this kind of faith. A faith that builds, not breaks. A faith that welcomes, not rejects. A faith that believes in peace, even when peace seems far. Every prayer, every blessing, every kind act is a stone in the foundation of peace. The more we build, the stronger the city becomes. Not with weapons, but with wisdom. Not with fear, but with faith. Let religion in Jerusalem rise as a light, not a fire. Let it guide, not blind. Let it heal, not hurt. Because when the faithful work for peace, the holy city becomes truly holy. This is not a dream. It is already happening. In small circles, in quiet hearts, in the hands of those who still believe in the true message of their faith, and if they keep going. If more join them, then Jerusalem can become not only the heart of faith, but the heart of peace for the whole world. Jerusalem is a city full of beauty and history. but it is also a city with many challenges. For many years, people here have suffered because of conflict. Sometimes it feels like there is no hope. But even in the darkest times, some people keep working for peace. They believe that hope can rise again, even from the ashes of pain. Peace is not something that comes quickly. It takes time. It takes work. It takes strong people who do not give up. In Jerusalem, many people are doing this work every day. They are not famous. They are not rich, but they are brave. They believe that a better future is possible. These people do not wait for the perfect moment. They start with what they have. They start with small steps. One woman begins a project for children from different communities. She brings them together to draw and play. They laugh and share snacks. They forget about fear. They remember they are just kids, not enemies. One man opens a small shop in the middle of the city. He welcomes everyone. He sells coffee and bread. He plays soft music. He smiles at every customer. His shop becomes a place where strangers meet, where people start talking, where peace begins with a cup of tea. In a local school, a teacher uses stories to bring hope. She tells her students about heroes of peace, about people who forgave even after losing everything. She asks them to write letters to children on the other side of the city. Letters full of kind words and dreams. Some students are shy, some are unsure, but when they get letters back, they smile. They feel connected. They feel heard. There are young people who make videos about their lives. They show their homes, their families, their hopes for the future. They say, "We are not so different." They post these videos online, and thousands watch them. These videos break the walls of fear. They build bridges of understanding. Some artists use broken glass and stone to make something beautiful. They collect pieces from old buildings damaged by conflict. They turn them into art. They show that even broken things can shine again. They hang these pieces in public spaces. People stop and look. They feel something change inside. They start to believe that healing is possible. There are musicians who bring people together with songs. They play instruments from different cultures. They sing in different languages, but their message is the same: peace. They perform in parks and schools. They invite everyone to join. They teach that music has no borders. A group of mothers meets every week. They come from different religions. They all have lost someone they love. But they have chosen peace. They sit in a circle. They share stories. They cry together. They hold hands. They say, "We will not teach hate to our children. We will teach love, because only love can break the cycle of pain." Some doctors treat patients from all communities. They do not ask who you are. They only ask how they can help. They bring healing with their hands, and also with their hearts. They show that kindness is stronger than fear. Even during hard times when violence returns, when streets are filled with anger, these peace builders do not stop. They visit each other. They send messages of support. They light candles. They pray in silence. They say peace is still alive. It lives in us. Hope is not a big light. Sometimes it is just a small flame. But that flame can grow. It can spread from one heart to another, from one street to the whole city. Jerusalem has known pain, but it also knows love. It has seen division, but it can also see unity. It has heard cries, but it can also hear songs. Change is possible, but it needs people who believe, people who act, people who do not wait for others. They start with themselves. A young girl paints a picture of a dove. She writes the word peace in 3 languages. She gives it to her neighbor from another community. That neighbor hangs it on the wall. That picture starts a conversation. That conversation builds a friendship. A bus driver greets each passenger with a smile, no matter where they come from. An old man gives sweets to children from another background. A group of students plants trees together in a public park. A shop owner gives extra bread to a family in need. These acts may seem small, but they are not. They are powerful. They are real. They show that hope is not just a word. It is a way of life, a way of seeing the world, a way of choosing kindness every day. Jerusalem's streets are full of stories, not just stories of war, but stories of peace, of hands reaching out, of eyes meeting with respect, of hearts opening slowly. These stories must be told. They must be shared, because they inspire others. They remind us that peace is not far. It is here, waiting to grow. The road to peace is long, but every step matters. Every kind word, every act of courage, every smile between strangers. Jerusalem's future can be bright. If more people choose hope, if more people work together, if more people say yes to peace, let us honor those who do this work. Let us follow their example. Let us believe that peace is not just a dream. It is something we can build together, step by step, day by day, with hope that never dies. In the heart of Jerusalem, something special is happening. People from different backgrounds are coming together. They are working hand in hand to create peace, not just by talking, but by doing. This is called community-based peace building. It means local people finding local solutions. It means neighbors becoming friends. It means healing begins right where the hurt started. In one part of the city, a group of young men and women gather in a small room. They come from different communities. They sit in a circle. They listen to each other. They share their dreams and fears. They talk about growing up in a city full of walls. But they also talk about how to bring down those walls with respect and trust. They start small projects together. They clean parks. They fix broken benches. They paint walls with bright colors. They write messages of peace in different languages. Children run past and stop to read. They smile. They feel safe. In another neighborhood, a group of women start a cooking project. Each week, one woman teaches others a recipe from her tradition. They cook together. They laugh together. They learn from each other. While the food is cooking, they sit and talk. They talk about their children, their families, their hopes for the future. They find out they are not so different after all. There is a community garden near the edge of the city. People from all backgrounds work there. They plant seeds together. They water the plants. They share the harvest. As they dig the soil, they also dig out old fears. As the plants grow, so does friendship. They learn that peace grows slowly, but it grows strong. Some people start neighborhood watch programs. They make sure their streets are safe for everyone. They do not care what religion or race their neighbor is. They care that the streets are peaceful, that children can play without fear, that elders can walk without worry. There are workshops on conflict resolution. People learn how to talk without fighting. They learn to listen with open hearts. They practice how to solve problems together. These skills are simple, but powerful. They help people turn anger into understanding. They help people see each other as humans, not enemies. Local businesses also play a role. Some shops hire workers from different communities. They train them. They pay them fairly. They create a space where teamwork matters more than background. Customers see this and feel hopeful. They see that peace is also good for business. In schools, some teachers create mixed learning groups. They pair students from different sides of the city. They give them group work. They tell them to solve problems together. At first it is hard, but soon they start talking, then laughing, then becoming friends. They learn that working together is better than staying apart. A small library opens in a quiet neighborhood. It has books in many languages. It welcomes everyone. It holds reading sessions and discussions. It invites speakers from different faiths. People come, they listen, they learn. There are also street festivals. These are planned by people from the local community. They invite dancers and musicians from all groups. They set up food stalls. They decorate the streets. People walk through and enjoy the music. They taste new food. They watch performances from cultures they never knew. They see the beauty of difference. They feel the joy of togetherness. In some neighborhoods, artists paint murals. These are not just drawings. They are stories. One wall shows a boy from one side helping a girl from the other side. Another wall shows hands reaching out from two windows. The message is clear. We are close. We just need to reach. Sports is also a strong tool. Local sports clubs mix teams. Players come from different backgrounds. They learn to trust each other on the field. They pass the ball. They cheer for each other. They win or lose as one team. This feeling of unity does not stay on the field. It goes home with them. It changes how they think. During religious holidays, communities invite others to join. Muslims invite Christian and Jewish friends for iftar. Jews invite others for Hanukkah. Christians open their homes on Christmas. These moments create deep connections. They show respect. They build love. Sometimes conflict tries to return. Tensions rise. But the people who are building peace stand strong. They hold meetings. They walk the streets with messages of calm. They remind everyone that peace is more powerful than fear. They do not let anger take over. The power of these community efforts is huge. They may look small, but they are changing lives. They are changing the city, one act at a time, one handshake at a time, one shared meal at a time. Jerusalem is not just a city of holy sites. It is a city of people, and when these people come together, they create something beautiful. They show the world that peace is not only possible, it is already happening. True peace does not come from the top only. It comes from the ground, from the hearts of people, from the work of hands, from the courage of those who choose love over hate. This is the story of Jerusalem. Not just a place of conflict, but a place of hope. A place where community is stronger than division. A place where people are choosing peace every day. Let their story inspire others. Let their work be known. Let their hope be shared. Because when people come together, even the deepest wounds can heal. Even the hardest walls can fall. Even the most divided city can rise again in peace. Jerusalem stands as a city where many faiths meet. A place sacred to millions around the world. This city has seen moments of joy and moments of great sorrow. Despite all the challenges, it remains a symbol of hope. It teaches us about the power of faith to bring people together, even when differences seem too large to overcome. Faith is a deep part of life in Jerusalem. People come here from different religions, each with their own traditions and stories. Muslims, Christians, and Jews walk the same streets, pray in their holy places, and celebrate their special days. Their beliefs shape how they see the world and how they live with others. Sometimes those beliefs divide them, but they also have the power to unite. Religious leaders in Jerusalem play a very important role. They do not just guide people in prayer. Many of them work hard for peace. They meet with leaders from other faiths to talk about common values: love, respect, kindness. These leaders remind their followers that peace is not just a wish, but a responsibility. They teach that faith means caring for neighbors even if they are different. Many faith groups organize events to bring people together. In these gatherings, prayers and songs fill the air. But more than that, people listen to each other's stories. They share meals and laugh together. These moments break down walls built by years of fear and misunderstanding. When people see the humanity in each other, peace grows. Interfaith dialogue is an important tool here. People sit in groups, not to debate, but to understand. They talk about what faith means to them and how it guides their actions. These conversations often lead to friendships. They remind everyone that beneath the different rituals, people want the same things: peace, safety, and hope for the future. Religious schools in Jerusalem also play a role in peace building. They teach children not only about their own faith but about respect for others. Students learn about different religions and cultures. They celebrate holidays from many traditions. This education plants seeds of tolerance early. Children learn that differences do not have to divide. They can enrich life. Faith also inspires many acts of kindness. In hospitals and shelters, volunteers from various religious backgrounds work side by side. They help the sick, feed the hungry, and care for the lonely. These acts are quiet but powerful ways that faith expresses itself in everyday life. They show that caring for others is at the heart of every religion. Jerusalem's holy sites become places for peace, not just worship. Pilgrims from around the world come to pray for healing and unity. Sometimes they join local peace walks and prayer vigils. These gatherings send a message to the world that Jerusalem is a city of peace as much as it is a city of faith. Many young people in Jerusalem find strength in their faith to build bridges. They organize youth groups that focus on community service and peace education. They visit each other's places of worship and learn about different beliefs. They stand together against hate and violence. Their faith teaches them to hope and work for a better tomorrow. Faith also encourages forgiveness. In Jerusalem, many stories tell of people who chose to forgive rather than hold on to anger. Forgiveness is not easy, but it opens the door to healing. It helps communities move forward. Religious leaders often remind their followers that forgiveness is a gift that leads to peace. Music and art inspired by faith play a role in bringing people together too. Songs from different religious traditions fill the streets during festivals. Artists create works that celebrate shared values of compassion and unity. These expressions of faith touch hearts and break down barriers. Faith in Jerusalem is a source of strength. It teaches patience when peace seems far away. It gives hope when the future looks uncertain. It inspires courage to stand up for what is right. It connects people in ways that politics cannot. Even in times of conflict, many choose faith as a path to peace. They believe that no matter the challenges, the city's sacred spirit will guide them toward understanding. They carry prayers in their hearts and actions in their hands. Jerusalem shows the world that faith is not just about rituals or buildings. It is about living with respect and love. It is about building a community where everyone belongs. It is about seeing the divine in each other, no matter how different we may seem. This city teaches us that peace is possible when faith leads the way. When people listen more than they speak. When they build bridges instead of walls. When they choose hope over fear. Faith becomes a powerful force for peace. Jerusalem's story is still being written. Every prayer, every handshake, every act of kindness adds a new chapter. It is a story of faith in action, faith that heals, faith that unites. May we all learn from Jerusalem's example. May we carry its message of peace in our hearts. May we live with faith that brings people together, creates understanding, and builds a better world for all. Jerusalem is a city full of stories. It is a city that has seen great struggles, but also great hopes. Today, people from around the world watch Jerusalem closely. They see a place where many dreams of peace are born. But peace in Jerusalem is not something easy. It takes hard work, patience, and many small steps. One of the strongest hopes for peace in this city comes from its people. The people of Jerusalem believe in a future where everyone can live safely and happily together. This hope is the foundation for building peace. The journey to peace in Jerusalem is not just about politics or leaders making agreements. It is about ordinary people meeting each other, learning to understand each other's stories, and working together for a better life. People who once were strangers or even enemies come together in schools, neighborhoods, and community centers. They share meals, talk about their dreams, and help each other solve problems. These simple actions build trust and respect, the true bricks of peace. Many organizations work hard every day to support these community efforts. They bring resources and training to help people learn new skills. They organize workshops where people practice listening to one another with open hearts. They create safe spaces where children from different backgrounds play and learn together. These efforts show that peace can grow from the ground up through the lives of ordinary people. In Jerusalem, youth play a vital role in peace building. Young people often feel the impact of conflict most deeply. Yet they are also the greatest hope for change. Many youth groups encourage young men and women to work together across divides. They organize sports events, art projects, and cultural exchanges. These activities help young people see beyond differences and focus on what unites them. Through these connections, youth develop leadership skills and become voices of peace in their communities. Education is a powerful tool in building peace. Schools in Jerusalem strive to teach respect for all cultures and faiths. They encourage students to explore their own identities while learning about others. Education helps young minds grow beyond prejudice and fear. It creates a generation ready to build bridges instead of walls. Religious leaders also continue to play an important role in peace efforts. Many meet regularly to discuss ways to promote harmony. They speak out against violence and encourage their followers to choose dialogue over conflict. Their shared commitment to peace sends a strong message to their communities and beyond. Art and culture add another layer to peace building in Jerusalem. Artists create murals and performances that tell stories of hope, unity, and resilience. Music and dance bring people together, crossing language and cultural barriers. Cultural festivals celebrate the city's rich diversity and remind everyone of the beauty in different traditions. Despite these hopeful signs, challenges remain. Jerusalem is still a place where tensions can rise quickly. Political disagreements, economic struggles, and social divisions make peace difficult to maintain. Yet the people of Jerusalem do not give up. They continue to believe that peace is possible, and they work every day to make it real. Peace building in Jerusalem teaches us that peace is not a distant dream. It is a process made up of many small acts of kindness, respect, and courage. It is found in conversations that break down barriers, in hands that reach out to help, and in hearts that choose hope over fear. The world can learn much from Jerusalem's experience. This city shows that peace cannot be forced from the outside. It must grow from within communities, from the strength of ordinary people who refuse to accept hatred and division. When people work together, they build something stronger than any conflict. They build a future where everyone can live in dignity and peace. Jerusalem's story is still unfolding. Every day brings new challenges, but also new opportunities for peace. The people of this city continue to light the way forward with their courage and hope. They remind us that even in the most difficult places, peace is always worth fighting for. In the end, Jerusalem teaches us that peace is more than a goal. It is a journey that requires patience, understanding, and endless effort. But it is a journey that leads to a brighter future for all who call this city home. May the lessons of Jerusalem inspire us all to build peace in our own communities. May we find strength in the stories of those who work tirelessly for harmony. And may we never lose hope that peace is possible, no matter the challenges ahead.